Ron Goodall, FightHype.com. I'm here with my boy Troy Nash. What's going on, man?
Good man, just chilling in training camp getting ready.
Yeah, you just watching some of the fights, what the Nick Ball
Yeah, Nick Ball
card?
and yeah, his undercard. I don't know, I forgot the guy's name that he's fine, but I'm just watching his card.
TJ Doheny, the dude that just
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. That fight
yep,
anyway.
yep. What do you think about Nick Ball? Just while we just start this off, like as a quick.
I think Nick Ball's a pretty good fighter. Um One of the best at 126, obviously he's a world champ. But I think he's pretty nice. I want to see him in there with like more top guys at 126. He only fought, in my opinion, the one guy was Ray when he fought Ray last year. Other than that, he hasn't really fought nobody. And he fought Ray Vargas. I mean, that's it though.
I mean, I think he fought Isaac Dogbay, if you remember him. He was
Oh yeah,
the
yeah. I remember that. I remember that. Yeah.
I mean, it's a good,
I mean, that's a pretty
yeah.
good win though. Yeah, that's a pretty good win for
It's,
sure.
it's it's a good, and I think what was it? He fought Tyson Furie's guy, Isaac Lowe. That's where.
Yeah, but I think he should be going after guys like Fulton, Espinoza, Angelo Leo, because them are the other champions at 126, and he's fighting somebody that I think is coming off of a loss.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, look, Angelo Leo, Stephen Fulton, Rafael
yeah.
Espinoza.
Mm-hmm.
Whew. But anyways, enough of Nick Ball. All right, we got to talk about you because this Riyadh season WBC Boxing Grand Prix, right? The
Right.
first ever boxing World Cup, they say, right? They say
Mm-hmm.
four weight classes, featherweight, super lightweight, middleweight, heavyweight, 128 athletes, 32 participants in each division, right? This is like the March Madness. And they're pretty much putting this all in Saudi Arabia. They're gonna have no draws. Open scoring
Yeah,
after the second, fourth, and sixth round?
yeah. Before the
And
six, I believe.
and then there's going to be instant replay. All right. So you're part of it. And for a lot of people who don't know, right? I go a little bit in your amateur background. You're obviously pro, you have a couple fights, but you're 15-time national champion, right?
Yes, sir.
And not pinning names together and stuff like that, but you did beat a couple notable guys in the amateurs, just a couple. I think I even think I saw this interview you did with think it might have been with the Boxing Voice, where they asked you about Cormel and Zaquan, and then you were like, "Did you see the fight?" And you're like, "The reason why they kind of got there is because you weren't in the tournament."
Yeah, yeah.
And
That's how I felt. I felt like if I was there in that tournament, I know it was in March of 2023, and I was just like, if I was there, I would have been the one in the finals against either one of them. It didn't matter, but I would have took care of whoever would have been.
yeah, and you beat Zaquan in the amateurs. So,
Yeah, in the
so
very next tournament.
yeah, just kind of like hindsight, right after like, hey, Zaquan beat Cormel, and you pretty much said, hey, if I was there, I would have won. And then
Yeah.
you faced Zaquan right after, and you beat him. So, a man of your word, right? And now you're representing in this Grand Prix, which is going to be pretty nuts. I know they got a lot of not just nobodies in there, they got a lot of good guys in there. So I guess in my mind, I guess want to start with is like, how did you, I guess, even get involved with this? And like what was the protocol of being selected?
I can't go way into detail, but I just got a call randomly, and we want you to participate in this tournament, and we wanted to move. I accepted everything that I needed to do, and I'm ready to go ahead and take care of this business, man. We're gonna be doing VADA testing, which I'm really happy about. So everybody's on the even playing field, and I'm ready to show out. To me, this tournament, because I didn't get to participate in the Olympics due to a lot of the politics, but this tournament right here to me is like as I grew up, this would have been something that I wanted to be in more than the Olympics. This is to me, this is bigger than the Olympics because you're a professional. It's not just 3 rounds where you have to go fast as an amateur. So it's a big difference, and I'm excited to be a part of this.
So I gotta ask because it's like a tournament style. So what's the turnaround rate? Is it like every 3 months or so? You get to like actually rest, just like kind of
Yeah,
like
yeah,
a.
you definitely get to rest. I can't say that all the dates yet, but you definitely get a cool rest period.
And it's going to be international fighters from all walks of life, from kind
Yeah,
of similar background.
USA, Kazakhstan, Mexico, everywhere.
So essentially, it's like the professional Olympics
Yeah, exactly.
because eh,
And it's only for prospects. You have to be under, I think, 25 years old, and you can't have more than 15 fights. So it's really like for prospects.
so ultimately the goal is obviously to win. But what do you win besides the notoriety of like, hey, I won this Grand Prix? I'm sure there's some money, some medals. Like, how does this?
It's a WBC trophy, and to me, I get to state early that I'm the best prospect in the world at 126. Winning this tournament will solidify that, and my name's going down in the history books because this is the first ever Grand Prix World Cup. Like this is major, so I get to put my name in the history books forever. So to me it's bigger than just the money or the trophy, any of that. It's I get to put my name in history right away. And I'm only 3 fights in right now. So I've been pro for a full 12 months now. So by the time everything's said and done, before I get to 10 fights, I'll be already a young legend.
And so each fight, right? No headgear, like it's a pro fight, and this will count on your pro record, win or lose,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So granted, right? Let's see. If we so you would have like what, like 5 fights? How this works, or
Yeah, 5 fights, yeah.
if I did the math right. So this is guarantee you 5 fights to be active. You're getting paid in each fight.
Yeah.
Is there a loser's bracket or pure winner's bracket?
Just pure winners.
And then when you get to the end, you get the trophy and stuff. There's a big grand prize of money as well.
I can't speak on that, but
Okay.
it's definitely great for sure.
Well, look, you win this shit, there's gonna be promoters and probably even a good ranking, right? They'll probably
Yeah.
rank you pretty well in the
Definitely gonna
diff.
get some good ranking off of this, yeah. Because you're fighting the top fighters at your weight class, so it's gonna be pulling your ranking up.
This is pretty nuts, man. And I know you have the confidence, right? Because I
Yeah.
know a lot of promoters or even fighters rather sign a cozy kind of spot with a promoter, get like a signing bonus or whatever the case
Mhm.
is, sign with a top rank or a PBC or a matchroom, go and boy, let them handle your career and kind of even get some cherries a little bit just to kind of build, the normal boxing stuff, there's no shame in that. But you're going right out the gate, right? You're fighting just top guys. Essentially, these are kind of career-defining fights very
Yeah.
early on. So, why do you have the confidence that you do? I know 15-time national champion, but why do you have that type of confidence that can ensure you that I'm going in here, I'm putting my career early on the line, and I'm going to win this?
Because for one, I came into boxing to be great. This is what you have to do to be great, to take these type of risks early on in your career. And I've been in there in the ring with so many champions, like the best fighters in the world that people call the best fighters in the world. I've actually been in there with them and held my own with them. So as long as I know we're the same weight class, I don't care who it is. I'm gonna go in there and do my job. So um as an amateur, I fought all the best amateurs growing up. I beat some of the best amateurs, win, lose or draw. I'm going in there with the best fighters, and I always did my job. So now that I'm older with more experience, it's only gonna be even better now.
So, did they give you by any chance, or is this another, can't speak on it yet, like when the first event will be or when it will be taking place, roughly beginning of next quarter, this quarter, like
All I could say is that it'll be in April,
okay, so
pretty soon.
yeah, I was like let me March. Oh, so next month, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you already have your opponent, you already know how the
Uh,
seeding stuff works.
No, I haven't got my opponent or nothing yet. None of that yet.
Do you know how they're gonna like match participants up, or is it or
Honestly, I don't know yet. I think it's just gonna be a random draw.
oh, okay, that's fair. That's like honestly like like just straight out here,
Yes.
boom, boom. That's
Mm-hmm.
that's pretty gangster. And so, have you took a look at the people in this, and do you have any history with anyone that's in this tournament?
No, I really haven't looked. I seen a few people, post that they're going, but I haven't really looked because at the end of the day, when I go in there, I got to do my job regardless. So it don't matter if I've been in the ring with them before. Everything changes in the big moments like this. I know what I'm gonna do underneath the lights, so I'm not really worried about who's in my weight class.
Now I know the idea is to win, but Do you think that within the amount of what? How many rounds do you get? Eight,
It's a six rounder.
six
Every fight
rounder.
6 rounder. Yeah.
So, knockouts is that part of the game plan? You know, to kind of just entertain and also show the world that you're not just able to win this tournament, but deliver entertaining.
Yeah, however it comes, short or long night, as long as I get the job done, that's all that matters to me. But it's definitely gonna be exciting and entertaining for the fans. I'm gonna put on a show every time I step in the ring.
You know, I guess I'm drawing somewhat of a potential parallel, right? Because Turkey is going to be part of this, right? Turkey Alalshikh and Dr. Rakin will be all part of this. And so it kind of reminds me, and I guess I'll rewind back before I say this. Turkey went behind a promotional company, TKO, and he's now backing it, right? And he's putting Dana White kind of the face of it.
My bad. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
My bad. My phone had got connected to my car Bluetooth. My car just got started.
It's all good. I bet you the
My
person in the car was like, what the heck?
bad.
But what I was saying is like, you know how like Dana White and TKO, like they're starting something out, right?
Right.
So when the UFC was around, are you familiar with when they had the Ultimate Fighter show?
Um, I kind of do remember that. I think a little bit when I was a kid. I think that was a minute ago. That was about like 10 years ago at least, right?
When it started, but they kind of do it here. So what they it's like a reality show, right? Where they kind of got these contestants where they would fight for a contract, right? A UFC contract, and then they would be added to the roster. So it's their way of kind of developing like a star through a tournament and kind of bringing them over. So I'm just curious your thoughts on the idea of the whole TKO boxing scene with Dana White coming in, and would you be entertained with the idea that if Dana was looking at this as a potential, these are going to be my four stars that I'm going to pretty much be there, support, just like the UFC model, have all the promotion backing so that when they win, you've kind of invested your time, your energy, you watch them develop and grow, and here it is, Troy Nash, my
Yeah.
superstar.
I don't know how much involvement or what he has to do with the WBC tournament, but I mean, a new league could be good for boxing. You know, it'll be where a lot of fighters get more notoriety. Fighters got to fight. Pretty much that. We'll just have to see how that plays out and see if it's good or bad for boxing.
Do you like the addition of like a new promotion coming in and kind of changing things up a little bit, even if it's an MMA promoter?
Um, I think it could be good. I mean, I don't know what could be the bad parts about it, you know, but I think it could be great, to be honest with you.
So, I guess wrapping up on this specific topic, right? You know, you'll be fighting coming up in April. We'll get probably a lot of the details over time that comes about, but really, it's going to be the March Madness of boxing, where you come in, you fight other top D1 like boxers, right? Like college, and at
Hmm.
the end of the day, you guys should be fighting essentially for the championship of this. So, for the fans that are watching, all right, what do you want to tell them if there's anything I'm missing about this or they need to know about this very new first ever boxing world like Grand Prix?
Uh, that at the end of the day, respect every fighter that participates in this because everybody's putting their record on the line. It's mainly nothing but undefeated young prospects, so everybody's putting a lot on the line early on in our careers. So just give everybody their respect, and once it's all said and done, give everybody their credit.